Welcome back to my channel, Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee. I hope you're having a very blessed day and enjoying this gorgeous fall weather. I sure am. I went hiking the other day and went up to Enchanted Rock here in Texas. Fredericksburg, Texas, I guess. It's right outside of Fredericksburg. And oh my gosh, it was gorgeous, y'all. I made it up to the top and I thought it would have been the perfect place for a Bible journaling session. It was just like on top of the world. It was gorgeous. It was so peaceful. Oh my gosh. If I would have had enough, energy to carry all my Bible journaling stuff up the big mountain. It wasn't really a mountain. It was a big, it was a climb, but you would have needed to have a backpack full of all your crafting stuff, but it would have been a perfect place. Took a lot of pictures up there. But anyways, y'all, we are in the Song of Songs or Song of Solomon, and we're going to be focusing on chapter 7, verse 1 today. How beautifully are your sandaled feet, princess. The curves of your thighs are like jewelry, the handiwork of a master. Oh my gosh, y'all. Those words, aren't they gorgeous? Well, anyways, I saw a page that someone had like high-heeled shoes on their page, like how beautiful are your sandaled feet. And I thought that was so pretty. And they did this really pretty background and all that. I had this other picture of high-heeled shoes as well. And I was kind of debating. And then I also had, let me see here. This was from a planner, one of my planners, an old planner. And it had these high-heel shoes, but it was a little too big. So I was kind of fooling around with a few things. But then, I was thinking, y'all, high heels are really not me. So I'm going to save these for something else, but I am not a high heel wearing gal. So I'm more of this kind of gal, boot wearing gal, or if I'm not wearing boots, I am wearing like sandals, but they're flat sandals, or I'm barefoot. More often than not, I'm barefoot. So I'm going to kind of go with get this girl because I'm making this a little bit more personal for me. So I'm going to be the little, how beautiful are your booted feet? And what people are, I know they're going to ask me where I got this picture from. Y'all, it was from a book. It was an actual book. I think it was called Making the Cut. It was a kid's book I had in my garage. And it was full of like designer type pictures because it's, I guess the book is about a girl who wanted to be a fashion designer. So throughout the book, there were a lot of fashion design pages. So I just tore out all the fashion design pages and put to the side because I figured I'd cut them out and use them for things. And now I am. So here's my little rodeo girl. I'm going to toss this and let's get started. So, make it personal for yourself. If you're a high heel wearing gal, maybe, do a page with high heels. If you're a boot wearing gal, do boots. Or if you're bare feet, do bare feet, whatever you want. But let me move this aside. So I also had this, it was called, I got this from Hobby Lobby, I think. 74 cents. Yeah, it was on sale. I always buy stuff on clearance. It's an adhesive screen stencil by Art Company, I guess. And it's this really thin, it's kind of tacky on one side. So it's a stencil, but it's an adhesive stencil. And it, when you're done with it, it goes back on this, page to protect it. But it's just kind of like a denim type, screen stencil. So I figure I'm going to put this down and do just a little bit of background. And since I am doing boots and I'm not a high heel kind of gal, I am going to use my Faded Jeans Distress Ink, because I'm more of a jean wearing gal versus, dress up. I'll dress up for certain things, but, if you see me on a day-to-day basis, I'm in shorts, sweats, barefoot. I'm always barefoot in the house. So I'm never wearing shoes. Not never, but, like if I'm in the house, I'm just hanging out in my bare feet and I'm mostly in the house. So I guess I'm mostly barefooted. Y'all, the older I get, I am losing all my vocabulary. So just ignore my vocabulary when I'm talking, especially when I'm just talking to y'all. I just feel like I'm at home. I pretend the camera's not there and I'm just kind of doing my thing and having fun with myself and you guys. But yeah, I want to see how this is going to turn out because I haven't used this before, this screen. And I'm just gonna kind of, I don't know, just put this in a variety of areas on the page and see how it turns out. It's not gonna be too dark. I just wanted just like a little bit of background. You know, just an odd type background. So let's see how that, oh, that is cool. Look at that, y'all. Can you see that on camera? It's kind of light, but I'll bring it up closer. Here, let me see. This book is getting really heavy. If you can see it, that's what it looks like. That's cool. It's just like, you know, it just gives you some interest in the background. So I'm going to do this in a few places on my page. So let's just stick it there. And we'll just kind of play around with it. I have a plastic sheet behind here so I don't have to worry about, you know, messing up my other pages. That's always helpful, I find, because I will go off the page a lot, especially when I'm stamping and inking and such. And y'all know I like using these for stencils. They give me a smoother look, I guess. Ooh, I love that. I'm gonna put a little bit over here, make it so it's not just like a stark line. Oh, that's cool. I am loving this. It just gives it a little bit of interest. So yeah, I got this at Hobby Lobby, as you saw, on clearance. I just kind of, whenever I'm out and about, if I see something on clearance, I'm like, oh, I could use that. I'll pick it up. Ooh, that is really neat. I love it. I'm gonna be using this a lot more for sure. You can layer it probably with different colors and give yourself a little, might as well put some down here too. We might as well almost do the whole page. But I'm going to put some paper here, so there's no point putting any on this side. Just a little bit. So look at that, got a little interest on the page already. I love that. Okay, so then I'm just gonna put this on here just to make sure that it doesn't get stuck or the back doesn't get all yucked up from something. And I'm just gonna spray this and wipe it off really quick. Y'all know that's how I clean my stuff. That's how I clean. It's how I clean. Not very clean, but you know, it's your arts and crafts stuff and you'll be using it over and over and over again, so I don't really worry about getting it super duper clean. I'm just gonna rub this off too, just put that to the side. Okay, so since I found this Rodeo Girl, I have this paper, and I think I got this from Michael's. It's called the Paper Studio Rodeo Girl, and it's got all these different kind of rodeo type papers in it. And I have barely used this, so I'm like, hey, I should start using what I have. So I pulled out these two sheets because we're talking about sandal feet or booted feet. So here's the boots and here's this. And since I'm originally, people say, but you're from Chicago. Yes, I'm originally from Chicago, but I live here in Texas. And let me cut this. I'm gonna cut and tear it. So let's see, I want about that much of it, and I'm gonna tear it. So I'm gonna cut a piece off like this. So yes, I'm originally from Chicago, but I've lived here in Texas for so long, I consider myself a true Texas girl now, and I actually consider myself more of a rodeo girl or a country girl versus a city girl now, even though my cityness still comes out occasionally. Okay, now I lost where I put that mark. I gotta make it a little bit darker. I'm just measuring this. That's why I couldn't see it. It was right in the R. I'm measuring this piece of paper to fit my Bible, so the length of my Bible, just like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this. Kind of want like a jagged feel down the page, and just kind of, you know, like that. And I'll save this for something else. And I don't like all this white, so I probably should have tore it the other way. You know how sometimes when you tear paper, it'll you'll get this big white part. So if that happens, just pull it off, tear it the other way, and then you'll get this sharper edge, I guess. Even though you're tearing the edge, it's just sharper edge along the paper. If that makes any sense whatsoever. So you can see I tore off all that extra white, and now I have more of the paper right there. Okay, so I'm thinking that'll go there. And then I have these boots. And I want to keep like a straight edge here and down here, and this is going to come out. So I'm going to tear this so I'm not covering my words. I'm just going to kind of come down the page like that. Just give it some more layers and such. And again, I've got that extra white, so I'm just going to kind of tear that part off. Now, I'm debating, since I have this distress ink out, what I'm going to do, let me grab, oh, that's got some brown on it. I'll just use this for the edge. I'm going to ink up the edges just to kind of make them pop a little bit with the blue distress ink. So you can see what's happening when I ink up the edges here. Now I might as well just go around the whole thing. You can barely see it on these edges, but that's okay. I know it's there. You can see it a little against the white, so it makes it pop out a little bit more. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same with this. But yeah, this Song of Songs, Song of Solomon, I just love the imagery that Solomon has in his writing here. I will never forget. Okay, so while we're in the Song of Songs, I do have to mention, if you've never seen, I think it's a video series, or it's also a book, so it's a video series, a book called Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage. Whether you're married or not, I highly, highly, highly recommend watching that video. Oh my gosh, y'all. Mark Gungor is the pastor who talks in that series. And I'm just getting everything ready here on the page just to see where I'm going to put everything. But as I'm doing this, Mark Gungor is the pastor on that, and he talks about he talks about laughing your way to a better marriage, and he makes it fun, describing the differences between men and women. So whether you're married or not, it's a great video series to watch. So if you ever do want to get married, or you're dating or whatever, you can understand the opposite sex mind. It'll make you look at relationships in a whole new way. But he also does a section on the Song of Songs. Oh my gosh, y'all. You will never look at this book the same way after listening to him. He had us all cracking up. And actually, it was this, now that I'm looking at it. Okay, he talks about verse 7, verses 1 through 9. And let me find my other Bible real quick. Verse says here, verse 8 says, I will climb the palm tree and take hold of its fruit. And when you hear his description about this and about this lady, how Solomon is describing his love, you will never see this passage in the same way again. I'm trying to find, okay, so I'm in the Song of Songs in my other Bible. Okay, so here is the page. He talks about climbing the palm tree, and he had us rolling on the floor. So, and just the picture of this lady that he puts up on the screen is hilarious. So I really encourage y'all to watch it. It's called Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage. And I literally had to, after I watched that video, I had to do climb the palm tree here in my other Bible. And every time I see this page, it reminds me of that video series that we watched. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. You will have so much fun. He makes it, so entertaining, but you learn a lot, and it's just incredible. And again, like I said, you will never look at the Song of Songs the same again, especially this passage. So every time I'm in this passage, I kind of crack up to myself because I think back to that. So all I'm doing now is gluing this paper down. And I'm trying to decide, okay, so I've got, let's see, these washi tapes. So grab some washi tapes. These have stars on it, just like the boots have stars. And these are kind of the same colors. And then I was thinking I have this blue and this pink. That'll bring out the blue and pink here. I could use those. I could even use, I might even want to use some of this extra paper that I have. Let's see if she'll stand out. Sometimes the paper kind of takes away from the image that you want, so you got to kind of play with it a little. I mean, I could kind of go something like this. Does that kind of make her that might be a little too busy versus just having her on her own here, kicking her heels up. I could maybe put some up here and have it, let me see. So you just kind of play with your paper and, you know, see what you have. And just add things. You never know what you'll like and what, you know, I like that. Kind of gives it a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna add that. So I'm gonna ink that up. And just use the pieces of scraps that you have. If you just have scrap paper around, y'all, you can make like a collage on this page. I love doing collage work, and especially when you ink it up and layer it up, it gives your page just such a really cool look. Again, all that layers, I'm always about layers, so I'm adding, you know, stencils or that kind of work, and then some paper layers and ink layers and what have you. But okay, and then my title was going to be How Beautiful Your Sandaled Feet, and I put sandaled in quotes, and I just printed it out. I'll show you. I just printed it out on my computer because I'm still working on my calligraphy, y'all, and it's not very pretty, but I was gonna do maybe just some rub-on letters as well, but I think this paper will be a little too busy, and so I needed to kind of tame it down a little. It would have hidden my my letters, I think. Unless you have some really bold, maybe some stickers that would stand out from this, that would work. But I printed it out in a couple different sizes, so I'm gonna cut these out and see which one will work better. And I might just cut around the words with my scissors. We'll see. Let me see how this will. I definitely need a new blade for this. This is starting to, this blade is not as sharp as it once used to be. I'll have to get a new blade. That one wiggled a little. And then I just kind of cut all the frayed stuff off. But since this page is about, you know, cowboy girls and such, it doesn't really matter if it's all frayed up. So we've got that one or this bigger one. I might like the bigger one better. We'll see. And I might ink it up too. But yeah, you can use stickers, you could use your own calligraphy writing, your own handwriting. I'm just gonna cut the frayed part off a little bit. Okay, so I've got this one that could go there. She's probably gonna go there, or this one. Oh, that can go there. That might look cute, huh? And I'm gonna put some washi tape. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, I'm going to, actually, I'm going to use, now that I'm looking at it, I'm going to grab my, hang on, let me see if I can find it. Okay, I got my deckled scissors here. And since this is all kind of torn look, I'm gonna use these deckled scissors and make this kind of a torn look as well. You can tear it if you want, but since it's so close to the words, I'm thinking I'm just gonna use this scissors just to kind of give it kind of a torn look without having to tear the page, because I have a feeling if I tried to tear this, I would really rip it. Now, if I would have done this first and just tore it out before I cut it out of that page, I could have just torn it by hand, but I'm always thinking of things after the fact. But that's okay. It's no biggie. It still works. And actually, I think I'm just gonna kind of go around this corner a little bit and make a little, kind of go in a little bit, out. Make it so it's just not so. So it does look kind of torn. Okay. Get rid of all this. So if you kind of craft along with me, you see how my brain thinks as I go. It's constantly changing, constantly changing. I have an idea and then it kind of goes off into a different way. Now you can see what's happening when you use the makeup brush. You get this like kind of frayed look on the inside versus if you used something like this and just went right along the edges, it would stay right along the edges. This is giving me, like it's going onto the paper a little bit. So if you want a crisper edge, you'd want to use one of these. If you want like a more gradual, if you can see that, see how it's doing that along the paper? That's what this makeup brush does. So that's the difference. So depending on what kind of look you want, this is gonna kind of bring the ink more onto the paper like that, if that makes sense. So you won't have a crisp edge. It'll kind of, because this is softer and it gives a little more. So your ink is gonna kind of go on your paper. But I like that. It gives it a different kind of look as well. So it depends what kind of look you're looking for. Okay, so let's see. Do you want that up there, that there, or this down here? Like that? Yeah, we'll just give it the layered look. Okay. So I put sandaled in quotes, even though it's not in quotes in the Bible here, for me, because right here it's more like booted feet. How beautiful your booted feet are. Actually, I want this to come out a little bit more. It won't cover any words if I pull it out. And then we're gonna glue this. We'll have it hanging over just a little bit. And I love having all these little stencils peeking out. Okay, now let's glue her down. I didn't give her a name. She's like a little image of me, even though I look nothing like that. But she's got some cool boots though. I saw her boots, I was like, ooh, I like those boots. So I love her little pink shiny boots. I would love to get a pair like that. I do have a couple pairs of boots. I remember it took years of me living in Texas before I finally got my first pair of boots. I was like, I am not going to become countrified. That's what we used to call it. Because we were from Chicago originally, y'all have to realize. And so we were living here for years before I finally started listening to country music, before I finally started wearing anything country. Now I have boots and hats, and I say y'all, and I listen to country music, and I watch the country awards on TV. And my son, he was born in Texas, but he seems to think he's from Chicago. I don't know why, but he was born in Texas. And when I first got my first pair of boots, that's the first thing he said when I walked in the door. He's like, oh my gosh, Mom, you've become countrified. And I just died laughing. I was like, yep, apparently I have. So yeah, I have embraced the whole southern feel of everything. Okay, I think these are washi tapes. I am trying, this is a page I had in my washi tape bin, and I'm trying to find where the end is of this. There we go. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna put some up here and, do I? Some up there or just do one down here? I don't know. Let's see how it'll look. Just kind of fool with it. That kind of covers up the words right there, and I don't want to do that. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I hope I'm on camera for y'all. Let me push this up. Okay. Now I can't get it up. Come on. Washi tape is not that hard. There we go. Do I want? Or do I want to tear it? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I also got this one. I really like the blue. And what I think I want to do, I think I want to cut this one so it's not as thick. I love this grid look on this one. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like a white grid, but it's kind of a faded grid as well. Kind of matches the background. Oop. Yeah, I know there's probably an easier way. Okay, let's see. Let's just kind of go right about there. Put this to the side because I'll use that. I just like layering up, gives it some interest. Let's see. Put that one across the top. Let's finish it. Oh, now let me make sure y'all can see. Am I in the camera, y'all? Please. Okay, there we go. I'm like, please let me be in camera. So I'm gonna put this one across the top. This one, I think I might add out more here. This one doesn't look even for some reason. Come on. Sounds like they're doing the lawn again outside. Okay, I've got these stars. And since they'll match the stars in the boots, I wish I had pink stars, but I got these bluish. Oh, it doesn't even look like I even used this washi tape yet. So now I gotta find the end. There we go. So I'm gonna cut this little piece off and make it even here. Let's see, should we put the stars across the bottom like this? Yeah, that looks kind of cool. So put some there. Let's do some stars up here. And then I've got this one. And let's see. This is kind of just got the different colors in it. If I can get it. Oh, was that even the end? Let me see. It is, but for some reason I can't get it. I might have to make my own. Oh, it's because it's stuck along the side here. That's why I couldn't. Ah, there we go. Okay. Let me cut that part off. Throw that out. Okay, so this is, I don't know if you can see this one. It's got like little, kind of like arrows, but not. And it's just got these different pink and blue colors on it. So I'm gonna use a little bit of that as well. We'll just kind of go maybe some here. So yeah, you can use a variety of washi tape to like add interest to your page. I need some color up here, so. And there we go. You could put washi tape up and down the side if you want, or here. You can add a bunch of things. But I like that. How beautiful your sandaled feet. Well, there we go. Another easy page, but so fun to do. Let me move this. You can add, if I had any other cowgirl things, I could add maybe like some embellishments here or something. But I think that's about all the cowgirl stuff I have. I might have some other rodeo stuff. I'll have to kind of look around. But I like this. I like the colors, the pinks and the blues. That's me. And I love these boots, y'all. So there we go. So I'll pull this up close so you can see. So here's our page. How beautiful your sandal feet. Proverbs 7 verse 1. Proverbs. It's not Proverbs, y'all. So sorry. Song of Songs. Oh my goodness. Song of Songs 7:1. I'm going to have to reprint that. I just noticed it. Oh my gosh. You were all probably saying that to me the whole time. No. Okay. So easy peasy. I will just go back to the computer. See, look, pull that off. We will fix that, y'all. Not Proverbs. It's Song of Songs 7:1. So I will fix that. And then print that out and cut that out again and put it there. Easy fix. But yeah, I'm so glad I noticed that. I was like, wait a minute, we're not in Proverbs, we're in Song of Songs. So here's the page without the title, but we will fix that. So here you go. Hope y'all enjoyed. And see, if you make a mistake, it's no biggie, easy fix. And if for some reason you couldn't pull your piece of paper up, you can just cover this up with another piece of paper or some washi tape or something and then redo it. It's anytime you make a mistake, and as you can see, y'all, I make mistakes often, it's not the end of the world. You just redo it or cover it up and, make it better. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for joining me. Hope y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.